Angie, obviously we're all in lockdown. The initial stress of getting all the groceries and everything, I think things have settled down a little bit. We're in our new normal for the next 30 days. What advice can you give us about getting through this 30 days?
I think everyone needs to come up with their own truth for them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I guess what I do is I sort of just tell my story, and I just tell the way I see it. And if that rings a bell for anyone, then that's cool. But when all this stuff kind of started getting a bit serious, I could start to feel in my body the panic and the fear stuff that was starting to happen, not just with my family and friends, but with the wider, And I knew then that I needed to take control of myself and not be at the effect of feeling everyone else's fear. See, what I teach is living in the moment, and being able to deal with things as they come up. Because if you worry about something, you're worrying about something in the future that hasn't actually happened yet, that you've been thinking about, that's usually come from a fear place that influences whatever choices and decisions you make. So I choose to just live really in the moment. So I stopped scrolling, I stopped commenting on stuff, I stopped watching the news, and I asked God or the universe, I also asked my mum to just feed me information that I needed to know, that was important for me to know. And so I got little snippets here and there of what was going on and what was about to happen, but still stayed calm through it. One of the things that I've learned is that, and this is research, if you put 4 people into a room and you monitor their heart waves and their brain waves, within 20 minutes, everyone's heart waves and brain waves will match the calmest person in the room. I needed to be the calmest person in the room for my family. I needed to be that person. So that was my main priority, was to just get myself calm. I've got 4 things for you today that I'll share. And this is one, okay, is just always checking in with you and your feelings. So I do this every day, throughout the day, because when you're busy or you're worried or you're thinking ahead and you're not being present, you don't often realize that emotions have risen up, and these emotions aren't there like 24/7, you know what I mean? They kind of rise up. It's really important to firstly just identify what it is that you're feeling. So you might feel a hot tummy, or you might feel butterflies in your chest, or you might feel sweaty palms, but you don't often identify it with what the feeling is. So taking that moment, I mean, we've all got some time now, right? We have lots of time on our hands. So take some time, some moments to just check in and go, what is it that I'm feeling? Why is my tummy hot? Why have I got butterflies? What is this? And then identifying the feeling. If you realize then that you're angry because your business is going to collapse, or, if you realize that you're angry, affirmationing it away isn't going to help. So by just saying, say if you're fearful, by going, I am calm, I am calm, I am calm, I am calm, when you're clearly not, is not going to shift the feeling. Okay. So what I teach is to spend some time, tune in to the feeling. Okay. So say you're feeling, angry because of business, frustration, like if you're an extrovert and you're a social butterfly, this is going to be really frustrating times for you. Fear, I think a lot of people have fear, particularly around money and income. Guilt is another one that's come up for me and for others, because some of us feel quite joyful at the moment that we don't have to go to work, that we have time to relax, that we've got time with our families, but we feel guilty about it because other people are suffering or other people are hurting. So whatever the feeling is that you're feeling, you just tune into it, feel that emotion deep, feel the anger, go really into it, identify it in the body. Like if it's in your tummy, put your hand on your tummy and really, really, really feel it. And what often happens is it it goes, you know, like a bit of a peak, and you'll feel it, and it will be really, really hard, and it'll be really uncomfortable, and you'll want to move away, and you'll want to start procrastinating. But what I encourage you to do is to just sit with it and really, really feel it. You might even have a few tears, and then magically, and it is quite magical, it will just kind of dissipate, and you'll feel it lift, and then stay with it. Feel it lift, feel it lift, feel it lift. And then once it's gone, you'll feel like there's more space around you, because energetically there actually is. So anytime you have strong emotions like that, it's a real contraction of energy. And so once those emotions leave, you actually, like, you know, physics, have more space around you. And that space feels like peace. The second thing that I do is I try and flip this situation, right? So if you're feeling like really frustrated, you're stuck inside, and I mean, I heard the other day you can't even drive to the beach. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be tough. I like to look for the blessings, you know? So I went to go and shave my legs last night, and I realized I don't have to. No one's gonna see my hairy legs. It's okay, you know. I realized that I could actually just put on the same thing I was wearing yesterday. Like, who cares? No one's gonna see that, and it doesn't actually matter if it's stained or if it's dirty and whatever. It does it, because no one's around. It's okay. Another blessing for me is that I'm not buying stuff. I didn't realize how much stuff I used to buy. Like, even if I was just whipping out to the supermarket, it's like I'm realizing that I can just stay home and it's okay. I have everything I need here. I don't need to be buying stuff all the time. And of course, now that we can't buy online non-essential things, it's like, oh, I can't even get my credit card out. It's a blessing that I can sleep in, you know. In all honesty, I actually do that anyway. Because I've built my life. I work at home, I homeschool my daughter, I built my life out of the rat race, so I generally kind of sleep in anyway. But this is a blessing for a lot of people, you know. So looking for the blessings in this it feels good, doesn't it, you know. The third thing that I wanted to share is around routines. We've been living at the effect of the external world in terms of how we structure our day. You know, we're at the effect of economics. So a lot of people have a work day, you know, and it works from 9 to 5. We have work hours, or there's school hours between 8:30 to 2:30, you know. We eat lunch at 12. I'm aware that we've got routines and habits in our lives that may not have been set up according to our own vibration, our own flow, our own heart, that it's maybe come at us from an external world, you know. And yeah, we are creatures of habit, but now's a really cool opportunity to try something new, don't you think? Like, we have all this time on our hands. It's time to sort of tune in with what feels good for you in every moment of the day. I've seen a lot of people put up some schedules and some structure around children. And it's similar, you know, follows the school day and stuff. And look, if that's working and if it feels good and if there's flow in the life, then sweet as. And all I'm saying is, what if this was a really cool opportunity to tune in with something different, you know? Because we can, like, yeah, what if you slept in every day and just see how that feels? Because no one's going to know unless you Instagram your life. No one's going to know that you've slept in till 10. Well, not even slept in, but just, you know, lay in bed. What if we could just try something different? I mean, in a month's time, 3 months time, however long this takes, we can all go back to doing our normal routine, hey? What if you moved with the wind and see where it took you? You might try and sleep in, and you might find that it actually doesn't feel good for you. That it feels heavy, and that it feels yuck, and that you got up, you know, at the end of the day and you're like, oh no, that sucked. And that's a clear no, that didn't work for you. And the other thing that I teach is if you tune in, and if it feels light, if it feels kind of fun, if it feels joyful and easy, then that's a clear yes from your intuition that maybe this is a good thing for you, a good thing to try. So always tuning in with that yes and that no, which is your intuition, is how I live my life. That's how I live my entire life, actually. And sometimes it doesn't match with my head and what my head wants to say, but your intuition will never ever put you wrong. Never. It will always, it's the beat of your heart, you know, your flow. I fully believe that this has happened for a reason. I really do. I feel like we have been yearning to get off the treadmill. I think a lot of us have been going, I can't do this anymore. This is too fast for me. I'm not living intentionally. I'm just at the effect of life, you know. And I really do believe that this has been sent to us as a blessing. I went to a course once, and the facilitator taught me about blessings. It's half a lesson and half a blessing. The fourth thing that I wanted to share is wellness. You know, like, wellness is key right now. It's really, really key. If you are unhappy in your normal life, then you'll get unwell. And if you're unhappy in lockdown, you'll get unwell too, you know, and not just physically unwell, but mentally unwell. So happiness lives in the present. You can't be happy in the future, can you? Happiness only happens right now. And so my advice, what I choose to do, is I choose to just be really mindful and in the moment all the time, because that's how I can experience happiness right now, in the little things, in the blessings, you know.
Thank you all so much. Thanks, Ange. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.